The one reading this, pay close attention because a major turning point is approaching your life, and heaven wanted you to hear it before anyone else. This message was not released before now, because every detail had to fall into place first. The season has finally shifted, and there is something developing around you that you cannot afford to overlook. What once seemed stalled was never abandoned. It was being guarded, refined, and arranged in silence until the right moment arrived for it to fully enter your life. This is far greater than a temporary adjustment or a minor breakthrough. What is on the way carries the power to redirect your future in ways you have never experienced before. Stay with this message until the very end, because you are about to understand what has been happening behind closed doors and why every event unfolded exactly as it needed to. Type Amen to affirm. There were nights when you believed nothing was changing. There were seasons where opportunities stayed out of reach longer than expected, and you questioned whether your prayers were truly being heard. But every moment of waiting had purpose attached to it. None of it was wasted. During those difficult stretches, strength was being built inside you. Patience was taking root in your spirit. Your character was being prepared for the level you are now approaching. What is arriving next requires wisdom, awareness, and inner stability. It demands a version of you that can recognize what others ignore and value what others overlook. Before continuing, take a second to show your faith by liking this video, because this message is reaching people who are truly prepared to rise into something greater than where they have been. You were never postponed because you lacked value. The delay happened because the blessing ahead of you is much larger than what you originally imagined. Certain distractions had to be removed. Certain relationships had to shift. Certain paths had to be cleared away where you could not yet see. Some situations collapsed because they were too limited for the future waiting on you. What broke apart was not always punishment. In many cases, it was protection. And now you are entering a moment where hidden pieces are finally beginning to connect, even if everything still appears quiet on the surface. You were chosen to hear this early because you are meant to sense what many people will fail to understand. Others may witness the same opportunity standing in front of you, but they will not recognize its significance the way you will. Deep inside, you will feel an undeniable certainty rise within you. It will not come through confusion or fear. It will come through clarity and peace. That is how you will know the direction unfolding before you is real. Type 11111 if you believe. The reason this had to happen at the exact right time is simple. If it arrived too early, you would have doubted it. You might have ignored it or even walked away from it. But now your spirit has matured. Your mindset has changed. Your perspective is sharper than before. You are no longer operating from the same level of awareness you once had. That is why the doorway is beginning to open now instead of before. Things have been moving behind the scenes in ways you could never fully see. People have been repositioned. Circumstances have been rearranged. Certain connections are being aligned to enter your life at the exact moment they are needed. What appears sudden later will actually be the result of preparation happening for a very long time. You will begin to notice movement increasing around you. Situations that once felt blocked will suddenly begin flowing with less struggle than before. Pay attention to small details because they will quietly guide you towards something much bigger. It may start through a simple interaction, an unexpected idea, a new opportunity, or an ordinary moment that initially seems insignificant. But over time you will recognize how every detail fits together perfectly. Nothing about this is random. Direction is replacing confusion. Remain calm while everything begins unfolding, because excitement without discernment can cause people to overlook important signs. You do not need to rush ahead carelessly. You need to stay observant, grounded, and intentional. Guidance will come step by step, but you must remain willing to listen instead of allowing fear to take control. Fear may whisper that things are moving too quickly, or that the opportunity feels too good to be true. But remember this clearly. None of this is happening by accident. Preparation has been taking place for far longer than you realize. There may be moments where the speed of change feels overwhelming, but that does not mean you are unprepared. It simply means your life is expanding beyond the limits of your old experiences. Growth often feels unfamiliar before it feels comfortable. Stay rooted in faith, and clarity will continue to guide you forward. What is approaching will not only transform your life, it will also affect the people around you. Some individuals will fail to understand the changes taking place within you. Others may question your decisions or doubt your direction. But their uncertainty must never become your hesitation. You are not required to explain every detail of your journey. Your responsibility is to walk faithfully in what has been placed before you. Let your transformation speak louder than arguments ever could. You asked for movement. You prayed for change. You hoped for something real to finally happen. Now that the answer is drawing near, you must be willing to receive it boldly. Do not retreat back into old patterns of thinking. Do not allow past fears to control your future responses. Move forward confidently, understanding that your steps are being directed with purpose. This is the beginning of a season that will reshape your path, reveal unexpected opportunities, and unlock doors you never imagined opening. It may not arrive in the exact form you pictured before, but it will carry exactly what your spirit needs most. Trust the process, trust the timing, and above all, trust the one guiding you through it. Nothing entering your life now is designed to confuse you. It is arriving to elevate you. Every delay is about to make sense. Everything that once seemed uncertain will slowly begin fitting together with clarity. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you need to be, and what unfolds next will confirm it in undeniable ways. You are not being sent through another cycle of repetition. A completely new phase is beginning, and it requires a higher level of thinking, stronger discernment, and deeper trust. If you approach this season with the same mindset you carried in previous years, confusion will follow. But if you remain open and willing to grow, understanding will become clearer than ever before. What if a simple 7-second mental exercise could completely change your financial reality and attract lasting abundance into your life? According to leaked CIA information, a powerful 7-second method is now helping ordinary people remove financial pressure and step into prosperity. Backed by 4 neuroscience research facilities, this simple at-home practice is reportedly helping people experience new homes, luxury travel, financial freedom, and better lifestyles. This information may not remain available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears forever. There is also a reason you recently felt distant from certain people and environments. That separation was not rejection. It was redirection. Certain spaces could no longer support where your future is leading you. Even places that once felt safe or familiar had become too small for the next chapter of your journey. New growth required room to expand, so some attachments had to be released. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. You will soon notice a shift in the way others respond to you. Some people will feel naturally drawn toward your energy without understanding why. Others may become uncomfortable around you. This is not something you need to control. It is simply the result of inner transformation becoming visible externally. When your spirit aligns with greater purpose, it changes the atmosphere around you in ways words cannot fully explain. Do not overlook opportunities simply because they arrive differently than expected. The right doors may appear in unfamiliar forms, but they will carry peace and clarity instead of chaos. True direction does not create confusion. It creates inner certainty, even when the path itself feels new. There will also be moments where you are quietly tested. These moments are not designed to stop your progress. They exist to reveal whether you are truly ready for what is ahead. Certain choices will expose whether you are still attached to old habits or fully prepared to move forward. These decisions may seem small at first, but they will shape how smoothly you transition into this next season. Continue focusing on the person you are becoming, rather than the person you used to be. Your identity is no longer tied to previous mistakes, failures, or fears. Those experiences taught you valuable lessons, but they are not your final definition. The future ahead requires confidence built on trust instead of insecurity. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. As this transition accelerates, you may feel an increasing urgency within your spirit, almost like life itself is beginning to move faster. This is not pressure trying to break you. It is momentum carrying you forward. When alignment begins happening fully, everything starts flowing together more naturally. You do not need to force every outcome. Your responsibility is simply to remain connected to the flow and continue moving faithfully with it. For a long time you searched for signs, and now those signs are beginning to appear one by one. Even the smallest detail may contain important direction for your future. You will not be overwhelmed with every answer at once, because growth happens step by step. Guidance will unfold gradually as you become ready for each new level. There may be moments where stepping into unfamiliar territory creates hesitation within you. But understand this carefully. The unknown is not empty space. It is filled with opportunities you were being prepared to receive long before now. Just because you have never experienced something before does not mean it does not belong in your future. Invisible work has been taking place all around you. Pathways have been connected. Doors have been quietly unlocked. Important people are being positioned to play meaningful roles in what is about to unfold. Some encounters will happen unexpectedly, yet they will feel strangely familiar. That sense of familiarity is not coincidence. It is confirmation. Pay close attention to your inner discernment during this period, because it will become stronger than before. That quiet inner knowing will help guide your decisions when logic alone cannot provide answers. Trust that inner direction because it is aligned with something higher. You may also notice that certain interests, habits, or desires no longer hold the same importance they once did. This is not failure or loss. It is evidence of growth. When your spirit outgrows something, your attachment to it naturally weakens. Allow that process to happen freely instead of resisting it, because holding on to old things too tightly will slow the arrival of what is trying to enter your life. The opportunity ahead of you is not temporary or shallow. It carries the potential to permanently alter the direction of your future. That is why preparation required time. Lasting things cannot be built on unstable foundations. Every challenge you endured helped strengthen the foundation beneath you. There will be individuals who question your choices once they see you walking a different path. Some will not understand the direction you are taking, but you were never meant to build your future based on other people's understanding. Stay focused. Stay steady. Refuse to let outside opinions distract you from where you are being led. You are not being guided into uncertainty. You are being guided into something already prepared for you. What truly belongs in your life will not require endless chasing. It will arrive at the correct moment and in the correct way. You are stepping into a season where confusion is being replaced with clarity, delay is being replaced with movement, and purpose is becoming more visible than ever before. This is not the conclusion of your journey. It is the beginning of an entirely different chapter, carrying greater meaning and responsibility. Remain patient. Stay spiritually aware. Focus more on what you sense within than on temporary appearances around you. What your spirit feels is already ahead of what your eyes can currently see. The transformation has already started, even if it is not fully visible yet. You were selected to hear this message now, because your spirit is prepared to recognize what many others will overlook. Could a CIA-discovered brainwave method become the fastest way to unlock financial abundance and luxury living? Recently uncovered CIA findings reveal a powerful brain ritual reportedly helping everyday people attract wealth almost instantly. This 7-second practice, verified through 4 neuroscience laboratories, is helping people transition from debt into dream lifestyles, filled with houses, vehicles, and travel opportunities. If this message reached you today, consider yourself fortunate, because the page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comment to uncover the secret before it vanishes. There is a silent power growing within you right now, shaped through every hardship and challenge you survived. You may not have realized it during those painful seasons, but every difficult moment strengthened your ability to remain steady during uncertainty. That inner strength will soon become one of your greatest advantages, because the next phase of your life will require you to remain grounded while everything around you changes rapidly. You are no longer the fragile version of yourself from the past. Type 222 to receive blessings. You will begin noticing greater clarity in your thinking. Decisions that once felt difficult will suddenly feel guided and natural. Do not question this shift. Trust it. Your mind is aligning with your purpose, and confusion is losing its grip over you. Where hesitation once controlled you, confidence will begin rising instead, not because you possess every answer, but because you trust the direction unfolding before you. There will be moments where everything begins happening so quickly that you feel the need to pause and breathe deeply. That reaction is completely understandable, because you are entering a pace of life very different from what you have known before. But do not mistake movement for danger. Things are finally progressing after a long season of waiting. A stronger sense of purpose will also begin awakening within your spirit. This feeling cannot always be explained logically, because it operates deeper than words. It will guide your choices, shape your responses, and influence the opportunities you pursue. That purpose has always existed within you, but now it is becoming impossible to ignore. Type 555 to affirm. New people will soon cross your path, and many of them will carry important roles connected to your future. Some will introduce opportunities. Others will bring wisdom or encouragement. A few will simply remind you of the person you are becoming. Pay attention to these connections because none of them are random. Every person entering your path during this season carries purpose, even if their role only lasts for a short time. At the same time, certain people will naturally drift away from your life. Do not fight this process. Not everyone is meant to continue with you into the next chapter waiting ahead. The things that are leaving your life right now are not being taken away to hurt you. They are being removed because they can no longer travel with you into what is ahead. Trying to cling to them will only slow down the progress that is already beginning to unfold around you. Let the transition happen without fear. What disappears now is creating room for something far greater to enter your life. There is a reason certain doors are closing while others are quietly opening in front of you. What is meant for you cannot arrive fully while your hands are still gripping what no longer belongs in your future. You are beginning to notice a change in what matters to you. Certain goals, habits, and desires that once consumed your attention are losing their importance. Meanwhile, things you barely noticed before are starting to feel meaningful and valuable in a completely different way. This is not confusion. This is growth taking place within your spirit. Your inner world is shifting, and your focus is being redirected toward what truly carries purpose and peace. Do not force yourself to remain attached to outdated priorities simply because they once mattered to you. Allow your heart and mind to move naturally toward what now feels aligned. Very soon there will be situations where choices must be made quickly. Those moments are not arriving to make you anxious. They are appearing so you can finally recognize the strength that has been developing inside you all this time. You are no longer the same person who once hesitated in fear or became overwhelmed by uncertainty. You now carry wisdom that was built through experience, hardship, and endurance. Even when circumstances move fast, you will notice a calmness within yourself that was not there before. Trust that calmness because it is guiding you from within. You may soon encounter opportunities that feel perfectly timed, almost as if they were specifically designed for your life. That feeling is real. These opportunities are not random accidents or lucky coincidences. They are appearing now because your journey has prepared you to receive them. Everything you have endured has been shaping you for this season. What is entering your life now matches the person you are becoming. This is alignment unfolding at the exact moment it was meant to happen. There will still be moments when old fears try to return and whisper doubt into your thoughts. This will happen especially when you begin stepping into unfamiliar territory. But understand this clearly. Those doubts are echoes from an older version of yourself. They no longer carry truth or authority over your future. Do not feed them with attention. Acknowledge them, let them pass, and continue moving ahead with confidence. You are no longer meant to live according to old limitations. You are entering a period where every decision and action will carry greater influence than before. What you choose now will begin shaping the next chapter of your journey in powerful ways. This should not frighten you. It should remind you how much responsibility and trust has already been placed upon your life. You are capable of more than you have allowed yourself to believe. Continue walking closely with the direction you feel led toward. You do not need to understand every detail before taking the next step. Clarity will continue appearing as you keep moving forward. This is not the season to shrink back in hesitation. This is the time to move ahead with confidence and faith. What has been prepared for you is no longer far away. You are not chasing after something impossible. You are stepping directly into what has already been waiting for your arrival. Every experience, every setback, every delay, and every lesson has been guiding you toward this exact point in your life. Soon you will begin seeing connections between events that once seemed completely unrelated. Situations that once confused you will suddenly make sense. The losses you mourned will reveal hidden purpose, and the uncertainty you once feared will start shaping a direction that feels clear and meaningful. Nothing you walked through was wasted. Every moment carried value, even when you could not yet understand it. A transformation is also taking place in the way you respond to life itself. Fear no longer controls your reactions the way it once did. Instead of panic and confusion, you are beginning to respond with wisdom, awareness, and peace. This inner shift is extremely important because it creates the foundation necessary for everything else that is arriving. If the inner change had not happened first, the external blessings would not remain stable. That is why everything unfolded according to perfect timing. Type 1212 to claim miracles. Is it possible that only a few seconds could completely change the direction of someone's finances? Reports connected to a leaked CIA-backed experiment suggests that a brief mental ritual is helping people shift their mindset toward abundance and success. Researchers connected to neuroscience studies claim this process retrains the brain to attract opportunities connected to wealth and prosperity. Individuals who once struggled financially are now experiencing major changes in their lives, including luxury travel, beautiful homes, and financial freedom. This information may not remain available forever. So many people are rushing to learn about it while they still can. You will soon realize that things which once felt difficult to understand are becoming simple and clear. Thoughts that once created confusion are now being replaced with deep understanding. This clarity did not appear by accident. It has been formed through every challenge and lesson you survived. Your experiences have sharpened your discernment and strengthened your ability to recognize truth quickly. Because of this, you will know how to recognize the right opportunities as they appear. A deep sense of peace is also beginning to settle over your life. This peace does not depend on external situations remaining perfect. It comes from knowing that you are protected, guided, and never abandoned. When you feel this peace, do not question whether it is real. Allow it to steady your mind and strengthen your heart. It will keep you grounded while everything around you begins changing rapidly. There will also be moments when you must move forward before every answer becomes visible. Those moments are not meant to trap you in uncertainty. They are designed to strengthen your trust. You already possess enough wisdom to take the next step, even if you cannot yet see the final outcome. Continue walking forward confidently, and understanding will continue unfolding along the way. Type 222 to receive blessings. You are also beginning to understand why certain opportunities from your past never fully worked out. Those experiences were not failures. They simply did not align with where your life is meant to go now. The future ahead of you requires a completely different path, one that matches your true purpose far more closely. Because you are finally prepared, that path is now beginning to reveal itself clearly. There may soon come a moment when multiple parts of your life begin shifting at the same time. At first, this could feel intense or overwhelming, but this is actually evidence that alignment is taking place. When the pieces of your life begin connecting properly, movement starts happening everywhere simultaneously. Momentum builds naturally when everything begins flowing together. You do not need to force the process. You only need to remain present within it. You may also notice that your ability to sense people's intentions is becoming stronger. Situations and relationships will feel clearer to you without requiring long explanations. You will instinctively recognize what aligns with your spirit and what does not. This awareness is protecting you and directing you away from distractions and harmful connections. Trust those instincts even when other people fail to understand your choices. There is also a quiet courage developing inside you. This courage does not need attention or applause. It is steady, calm, and deeply rooted. It allows you to continue stepping into unfamiliar places without being controlled by fear. That courage exists because you are no longer walking alone. You are being guided every step of the way. When you feel that inner strength rising, follow it confidently because it is leading you toward exactly where you are supposed to be. As time continues moving forward, opportunities will begin appearing that match the level of growth you have reached. You may find yourself handling responsibilities that once seemed impossible or standing in positions you once believed were beyond your reach. None of this is accidental. Everything you survived has been preparing you for these moments. There will also be times when you feel drawn to pause and reflect on your journey. Do not ignore those moments. Looking back with gratitude will remind you how much progress you have truly made. Reflection is not about regret. It is about recognizing transformation and honoring the strength that carried you through difficult seasons. Some individuals around you will begin noticing the difference within you. Certain people will feel inspired by your growth, while others may become uncomfortable or distant. You do not need to fix their reactions. Their response is simply revealing the difference between where they are and where you are going. Remain true to yourself and allow others the space to process your transformation in their own way. You are also entering a season where your choices carry greater impact than ever before. The direction you choose now will influence many things connected to your future. Do not approach this with fear. Approach it with honesty and awareness. As long as you remain aligned with what feels true within your spirit, you will continue moving correctly. A powerful expansion is beginning to unfold both around you and inside you. Your thinking is growing. Your perspective is widening. Your understanding of life is deepening. Possibilities that once seemed invisible are now becoming visible. This expansion is preparing you for a greater life than the one you previously imagined for yourself. You may still feel uncertain about some details, but understand this clearly. You are already standing exactly where you need to be. Every step behind you carried you toward this moment, and every step ahead will continue leading you toward your purpose. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust yourself. A new certainty is beginning to rise within you, one that no longer depends on external approval or visible proof. You are becoming someone who recognizes truth internally rather than depending on the opinions of others. This change is extremely powerful because it frees you from constantly needing validation before moving forward. You are learning to trust what has already been planted within your spirit. Your awareness is becoming sharper as well. Distractions that once controlled your attention are losing their power over you. You are becoming more disciplined, more focused, and more intentional with your energy. This did not happen overnight. It was built slowly through every lesson, every disappointment, and every breakthrough you experienced. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. Have you heard about the mysterious financial ritual people claim powerful organizations tried to keep hidden? Some reports connected to leaked CIA documents suggest that a 7-second mental exercise can help retrain the mind toward abundance and prosperity. According to several neuroscience studies, many families struggling with financial stress are now experiencing dramatic breakthroughs after practicing this technique. Because of growing attention online, many believe the information could disappear at any moment. Soon you will notice that time itself feels different to you. Every action will seem more meaningful than before, because you are entering a stage where your life is becoming increasingly connected to purpose. You are no longer wandering without direction. You are beginning to move intentionally. Even small actions now carry significance. There will be situations requiring confidence before complete understanding arrives. Those moments are not appearing to confuse you. They are proof that you are being asked to trust the preparation already built inside you. The lessons you learned have equipped you more than you realize. Continue moving forward, and everything will begin making sense at the right time. You may also begin feeling a stronger sense of responsibility growing within you. You are beginning to recognize that your growth is not only about yourself anymore. The wisdom, strength, and opportunities being placed into your life have the potential to influence others positively as well. This realization should not create fear. It should inspire purpose. Type 1010 if you trust God. There will also be moments when memories from your past return to your mind. These memories are not resurfacing to drag you backward. They are appearing so you can finally recognize how far you have come. You will see the difference between the person you once were and the person you are becoming. That realization will strengthen your confidence for everything ahead. As your transformation continues, you may feel drawn toward new environments, new ideas, and completely different ways of thinking. This is a natural sign of expansion. You were never meant to remain trapped in the same mindset forever. Allow yourself to explore what is opening before you, because it is guiding you toward meaningful growth. A powerful peace will continue surrounding you, even while circumstances shift and change. This peace is confirmation that you are moving in the correct direction. When you feel it, let it anchor your heart and remind you that you are exactly where you are meant to be. You may also notice that certain fears no longer affect you the way they once did. This is evidence of real growth. Transformation is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it happens quietly until one day you realize you no longer react like the person you used to be. There will be moments when you must release familiar things in order to step fully into what is new. Although this may feel uncomfortable, it is necessary. Remaining attached to comfort can prevent you from receiving greater things waiting ahead. Trust that whatever leaves your life now is being replaced with something better suited for your future. You are also stepping into a season where your voice carries greater strength and influence. The way you communicate, express yourself, and stand in your truth will begin impacting others more deeply. This is not about becoming louder. It is about becoming clearer and more aligned. Some people will recognize this change and respond positively, while others may struggle to understand it. That is perfectly fine. You are not required to explain your growth to everyone around you. Your responsibility is simply to continue walking faithfully in the direction prepared for you. As everything unfolds, you will begin noticing how different parts of your life are connecting together naturally. Situations that once felt scattered will begin forming unity and purpose. This is confirmation that you are moving in alignment with the life being prepared for you. You are not being pushed by pressure. You are being carried by momentum. There is a major difference between the two. What you are experiencing now is the natural movement that happens when everything begins aligning correctly. Allow yourself to move with it instead of resisting it. What lies ahead is not something to fear. It is something you have been prepared for through every challenge you survived. Everything required for this next season already exists within you, and everything else will appear exactly when needed. Stay focused on the path unfolding before you. Remain aware, remain grounded. You are not walking through this season alone. There is also a silent confidence developing within you that no longer depends on validation from other people. You will feel it in your decisions, in your presence, and in the way you carry yourself. This confidence comes from alignment. When you are aligned internally, external circumstances begin responding naturally. Type 11 if you believe. Why are so many people suddenly talking about this 7-second CIA ritual? Some leaked reports claim it activates mental patterns connected to attracting wealth and success. Researchers connected to neuroscience studies say this short process is helping people move from debt and struggle into lives filled with freedom and abundance. Because the information continues spreading rapidly online, many believe access to it may not last forever.